Picture this. You have just crafted an amazing musical production, a beat, or an entire track for an artist. Now, who truly owns what you have created, and what exactly are your rights? This is a crucial question for every music producer, and it is precisely where a work-for-hire music producer agreement steps in to provide clarity. A work-for-hire music producer agreement is a specific legal contract stating that the producer's creative work, often referred to as a work, is legally considered to have been created by the hiring party, usually the artist or a record label, from the moment of its inception. This means that under such an agreement, the hiring party becomes the initial and sole owner of the copyright for the producer's contribution, as if they had created it themselves. The producer does not retain any copyright ownership in that specific work, beyond what is explicitly outlined for performance or mechanical royalties. The core mechanism behind a work-for-hire agreement comes from copyright law. In the United States, Section 101 of the Copyright Act defines a work made for hire in two main ways. Either it is a work prepared by an employee within the scope of their employment, or it is a specially ordered or commissioned work, such as a contribution to a collective work, a motion picture, or a sound recording, if the parties expressly agree in a written instrument signed by them that the work shall be considered a work made for hire. For music producers, this written agreement is absolutely key. Without it, even if you are paid a fee, the copyright ownership would typically default to you, the creator, as the author. For you, the music producer, this means that before you begin any project, it is essential to clearly define your working relationship and compensation terms in a written agreement. Always review your contracts carefully. Look for language that explicitly states work made for hire or similar phrases. If you are presented with such an agreement, understand that you are transferring your copyright ownership for that specific project. Make sure your upfront fee reflects this complete transfer of rights, and consider negotiating for back-end royalties like performance royalties or a percentage of mechanical royalties, as these are often treated separately from the initial copyright ownership. It is important to know that being credited as the producer is distinct from owning the copyright. You will still receive producer credit for your work, but the legal author, in terms of copyright, will be the hiring party. This gives the artist or label full control over how the master recording is used, licensed, and distributed, without needing your ongoing permission or additional payments for every usage beyond what is negotiated in your initial agreement. This framework allows the hiring party to invest in and market the music with clear, undisputed ownership. Understanding the intricacies of a work-for-hire agreement empowers you to protect your interests and negotiate fair terms. By clarifying copyright ownership upfront, you ensure that your creative contributions are valued appropriately, allowing you to focus on delivering outstanding productions while building a sustainable career in the dynamic music industry. Remember, this information is for educational purposes only and not professional legal advice. Always consult with a legal professional for specific contractual situations.